Oh, hi. How's it going? I am here with my September favorites. I've been wanting to film this video for a while now, but anytime I planned on filming my video, I either had a giant headache or was in too much pain to sit. But I'm filming it now. Hooray! I have a couple things to talk about. The first thing is a book. Surprise, surprise. And that book is Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. I can't talk much about this book because it is a sequel, so if I say what this is about, it's going to give stuff away from the first book. But the first book is called Strange the Dreamer. I read Strange the Dreamer last year, I'm pretty sure. It was one of my favorite reads of the year that I read it. And Strange the Dreamer is a very whimsical, very character-based, slow-moving story that's beautiful and magical and delightful, with also some not delightful stuff, but wrapped in a delightful blanket, if you will. Strange the Dreamer follows this young man named Laszlo Strange who has always dreamed about going to this, like, mythical city almost. This city that is magical and that everybody thinks is not real. And he is convinced that it is, and he wants to go to it so badly. And then one day, some people from this mythical city that is apparently not mythical come to his town to find people to go to this mythical city and help him solve a problem. And this is like, you know, his dream come true, that he finally gets to go to this place. It's called Weep. He finally gets to go to Weep. And when he's there, he ends up meeting someone in his dreams. And it's so magical and wonderful and so beautifully written. There's way more to the story than just that. There's a story following a bunch of people in this big ship, and you're finding out how they got there and why and what is going on and what they have to do with the city of Weep. It is so good. This is the sequel that I can't say anything about, but I want to say that this book is slower moving than Strange the Dreamer. Not a lot happens in it until the last 150 pages, but even when nothing is happening, so much is happening. Like, it goes so much into the thoughts and the feelings of all of the characters, and this book is much more tragic than Strange the Dreamer, although it doesn't end really tragically, if that helps people going into it. But there is a lot of tragedy throughout this story, and there's some tragedy that is very tragic, but then when you continue reading, you get like different backstories that makes the previous tragic story even more tragic. Anyway, it was beautiful. It was so good. Like, I can't. This is definitely a favorite. Like, these two books, this duology is definitely a favorite. It was so good. Like, this sucked me in, and I did not want to leave. And if anyone is interested, here are my tabs. And the board game that I'm going to talk about, I'm actually going to talk about briefly because I did talk about it in my August favorites, and that game is Carcassonne. But the reason I'm talking about it again this month is because we played it with two games combined. We put two games together so we can make one giant map. And it was amazing. And we had two rivers instead of one. And the map just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it was amazing. And I can never play it with only one game ever again. I need to combine 2 games worth of tiles to ever play this game again in the future. Playing it with 2 games worth has ruined playing regular version for me. It was so good. We played it. It took us like 3 hours also. It was fantastic. I mean, we were also talking and stuff during it, but it was great. My next favorite thing I want to talk about is a movie, which was the new Avatar movie. I don't even remember what it's called, The Way of Water? Anyway, I really ended up enjoying that a lot. It took me a little bit to get into it. I feel like the first half hour was kind of slow and focusing on things that I didn't really care about and wasn't interested in. But once they moved to their new community and it was focusing on them learning to live in their new area where it's all water everywhere, and they learn how to hold their breath for a long time and explore underwater, and a lot of it was about the kids and making friends and not making friends, and there was there was like two stories, obviously. There was the story about them in their new community and learning how to fit in and how to live like them and everything, even though they're even like physically different. And then there was like the normal like people attacking storyline, which I didn't really like very much. But all of the stuff in the water, I loved so much. I loved it so much. And then once the stories like started intertwining, then I thought it was really good. And my mom and I both like cheered loudly for like a bunch of parts. I liked it a lot more than I was expecting. I was expecting to enjoy it. And then when it first started and I wasn't super into it, I didn't think I was really going to like it that much. And I ended up really liking it. And I would watch it again. The parts that I loved the most were about their family in like the new like water community. I would watch a movie just about them with no conflict. But I really liked it. And I'm going to talk about a TV show, and that is Good Omens. I had never watched it before, so I didn't watch it when it first came out. And I watched season 1 and season 2 like pretty consecutively with my mom. We watched it in 3 different sittings, I think. And I liked the first season. The first season was good, but I loved the second season. I loved the second season so much. I would rewatch the first season if I was watching it with a friend who wanted to watch it. But if I'm ever going to rewatch it myself, which I probably will, I'm just rewatching the second season, minus the last episode. And if you don't know, Good Omens is about an angel and a demon who are best friends and the problems that it causes because they're not supposed to be best friends, but they are. They love each other so dearly. And the second season was so good. The second season was so funny and had so much more of the two main characters, Aziraphale and Crowley. In the first season, pretty much I just wanted more of them. I loved them, and I loved them together, and there wasn't enough of them. And I was like, I just want Aziraphale and Crowley. I don't want any of the conflict. I just want Aziraphale and Crowley, and the second season delivered on Aziraphale and Crowley. So I adored it so much. I so hope that there is going to be a third season. Also, Aziraphale, like, I love Crowley, but Aziraphale, I feel like, is me sometimes. I love him. And the last thing that I want to talk about, I'm just going to talk about, like, kind of briefly, but I got a new job in September, and I love it. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because it's not, like, a chain or anything like that, so I don't want anybody finding out where I live or stalking me or anything. But it is customer service based, but it is fantastic. Everybody is in a good mood. Everybody that I work with is in a good mood. Everybody who comes in is in a good mood, basically. And it is such an amazing, wonderful atmosphere. I have been working there for 3 weeks, and I feel like I have been working there for 3 years. Like, I am so comfortable there. Even on my very first day, I was a little nervous, but after like 14 minutes, I was totally fine. Everybody is so good at supporting each other. Everyone is just, it's such a good environment, and it's also, the job itself is quite fun, and it's also funny because it's not a job that I would have thought would be fun, and I'm not going to tell you why, but there are reasons that made me apply for this job that were like, if it weren't for those things that made me apply, I would never have applied for a job like this. And it is so great, and I am so much more happier now. Even somebody at my old job asked my friend how I was doing, and she said, great, she's doing so good, she's so happy. And the first person who asked about me said, oh, that's so good, does that mean she's not in pain anymore? And my friend said, no, she's still in pain, she just loves her new job. So, anyway, it has made such a big difference in my life. And it's so funny too, because I am still in pain. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I've wanted to film this video for a while, and I haven't been able to sit long enough to film because I've been in pain. Also, my taste buds are still all messed up. All of my favorite foods taste like they've gone rotten, and I have to eat the same like 7 things all the time because it's the only things that I can eat. And because I'm in pain all the time, I still can't do any of the things that I like doing besides reading and watching TV and playing video games. Like, I can't do any of the active things, but I have a job that isn't sucking out my soul. And it's so much better. Like, I can't even, like, I've never experienced this before, and I'm so happy. Hopefully I'll see you soon with some more videos. I am behind on my Document Your Life videos. I still have not even edited my August Document Your Life, and it's now October, so I should be posting my September Document Your Life. So hopefully I'll have those up soonish, and I guess that's all. Let me know your favorite things from September, and we'll see you next time.